Welcome to SQE1 Preparation, Criminal Practice, the overriding objective of the criminal justice system by Street Lawyer, helping you to pass first time. On the SRA's website, under Functioning Legal Knowledge Assessment to Criminal Law and Practice, there's a subheading Trial Procedure in Magistrates Court and Crown Court, and as a bullet point, Solicitor's Duty to the Court. So this is an introduction to the objectives of the criminal justice system and who's who in the criminal justice system, and will also introduce you to future classes on the criminal practice course. Question: what key knowledge is covered in this class? 1. To outline the overriding objective of the criminal justice system, Criminal Procedure Rules 1.1. 2. To outline the duty of participants, especially the conduct of solicitors in the criminal justice system, Criminal Procedure Rules 1.2, and also considering the Solicitor Code of Conduct. And 3. To introduce the role of various people involved in the criminal justice system, which feature in the criminal practice prep course. When it comes to SQE1 exam tip, questions may centre on solicitor conduct, and as such it's important to know the overriding objectives and the duty and conduct of participants. So for example, scenario SBAQs about whether the defence solicitor can pass information from one co-suspect to another co-suspect at the police station. Or, for example, scenario SBAQs about whether particular actions of a CPS or defence solicitor would amount to misleading the court or not. Questions may also centre on the general duties and additional powers participants have in the criminal justice system, e.g. the police, the CPS, or even those who have a role in sentencing and offender management. A good understanding of who's who will help you answer these questions correctly. For example, knowing the different powers of custody officers, police inspectors, and police superintendents will help you know who has the power to delay rights, such as the right to legal advice for a suspect or the right to have someone informed of a suspect's arrest. Or, for example, the different role of the youth offending team compared with probation will help you know who prepares reports for sentencing of youth defendants. Now look at these test your knowledge questions. They relate to the overall objectives of the criminal justice system, the conduct of solicitors in the criminal justice system, and who's who in the criminal justice system, i.e. who has the power. Question 1. Is this statement true or false? The defence solicitor can answer police questions on behalf of their client during the police interview. Question 2. Is this statement true or false? Tony admits to assaulting his partner but intends to plead not guilty. Under no circumstances can the defence solicitor represent Tony at court. And question 3. Is this statement true or false? The inspector has the power to delay the right to legal advice of a suspect subject to the criteria being met. At the end of the class, you'll see the answers to these questions. Question: what is the overriding objective of the criminal justice system? Now, you don't need to know the detail of this, but these are the themes that run through the criminal practice course. The overriding objective, as per the Criminal Procedure Rules 2020 Rule 1.1, is 1. The overriding objective of the procedural code is that criminal cases be dealt with justly. 2. Dealing with a criminal case justly includes A. Acquitting the innocent and convicting the guilty, and there are classes about the role of the trial. B. Dealing with the prosecution and the defence fairly, and there are classes about the role of the judge and jury. C. Recognising the rights of the defendant, particularly those under Article 6 of the European Convention on Human Rights, and there are classes about suspects' rights at the police station. D. Respecting the interests of witnesses, victims and jurors, and keeping them informed of the progress of the case, and there are classes about admitting or excluding the bad character of witnesses and victims. E. Dealing with the case efficiently and expeditiously, and there are classes about the power of the police to authorise further detention of a suspect at the police station. F. Ensuring that appropriate information is available to the court when bail and sentences are considered, and dealing with the case in a way that take into account the gravity of the offence alleged, the complexity of what is in issue, the severity of the consequence for defendants and others affected, and the needs of other cases. And there are classes about bail and sentence. So question, what is the duty of the participants in a criminal case? As per Criminal Procedure Rule 1.2, you don't need to know the details, but these are themes that feature throughout the criminal practice course. 1. Each participant in the conduct of each case must A. Prepare and conduct the case in accordance with the overriding objective. B. Comply with these rules, practice directions and directions made by the court. And C. At once inform the court and all parties of any significant failure, whether or not that participant is responsible for that failure, to take any procedural step required by these rules and practice directions or any direction of the court. A failure is significant if it might hinder the court in furthering the overriding objective. And 2, anyone involved in any way with a criminal case is a participant in its conduct for the purposes of this rule. Question specifically, can a solicitor mislead the court? This is from the Solicitor Code of Conduct. The answer is no. And under the heading Maintaining Trust and Acting Fairly, paragraph 1.4, you do not mislead or attempt to mislead your clients, the court, or others, either by your own act or omissions, or allowing or being complicit in the acts or omissions of others, including your client. So question, who's who in the criminal justice system? In future classes, we explore the following involved in the criminal justice system: complainants, victims, witnesses, suspects, that's the name given to them prior to police charge, defendants and accused, that's what they're known as after police charge. Police, remember, there are different ranks within the police. For example, custody officers, inspectors, superintendents. Pay attention to their respected additional powers, duties and general role. The Crown Prosecution Service solicitors, the criminal defence solicitors, barristers, and they could be acting for both prosecution or defence, the Crown Court judges, the jury, magistrates, lay members or district judges, probation officers, youth offending team officers, various experts, and the press and the media. Now look at this test your knowledge question. It's a conduct question. Is the answer A, B, C, D, or E? Pause the video, read it for yourself, and check the next slide for the answer. The answer is option D is the best answer. A defence solicitor may only ever pass on confidential information from one client to another if they have that client's written authority to do so, and it is in both clients' best interest, and importantly, that by doing so the solicitor is not breaching their overriding duty they owe to the court. However, the defence solicitor is not required to disclose this to the investigating officer, as that would be disclosing confidential information unless the client also authorises this. It is, however, very important to ensure that the defence solicitor is not being used as a conduit to help two clients, Janet and Tony in this case, fabricate a defence or dispose of evidence. Therefore, the defence solicitor must first be satisfied that both clients are giving consistent instructions before agreeing to pass information from one client to another. Now, going back to those test your knowledge questions at the beginning of class, pause the video, read each question and check the answers. Remember, watch all the videos in the SQE Prep Criminal Practice series, understand the functioning legal knowledge being examined by reading the SRA website for yourself, revise from a good SQE book, attend, participate in class, prepare Q&A, flashcards, practice as many SBAQs as possible, subscribe to Community Legal Education on YouTube and put your notification on so you don't miss out on more SQE Prep videos. I hope you found this class useful. See you in the next class and thank you for watching.